Someone who lives next to the biggest train yard on the west coast of the US, you get used to the train noises. Blimey. What about the actual shaking of your building? I had a friend who lived about 100 meters from the main line that goes into Croydon. And you know, you'd have to walk like 80 meters and then it was in a valley. And when the freight trains came past at 11 o'clock at night, you could still feel the building. You could still like feel it resonating through. It's not so much you couldn't hear the train, but you could feel the train going past. You just get this low rumble. Where's the next one? How else does that in the F-15s fly over from Lakenheath? Yeah, they're really noisy. I think we want to go down that way, don't we? You don't notice the trains at all, Bigfoot, blimey. Is that sending us the right way, to the left? I'm not convinced, you know. It's wrong. How old is this game? About 4 years. My first luck video was 4 years ago. It's just crazy. Never heard of it, wow. Well, I just started a new playthrough on YouTube, if you want to subscribe to that. No, Japimon, this is not the simulator. This is still technically Derail Valley Overhauled. 86. Well, I don't need to get a key never. I already have the game, but hopefully I get earlier access to it and play with it. That would be lovely. Look at the shadow. Your player has no shadow. Looks like a bus. Lovely jubbly. Power up on that one. Right, hand that in. Clock's ticking. Somebody wants to start a timer. Okay, 46, 86 was at the back. Destination is D5I. Wait, they're both going into D5I? Are you serious? We just locked out completely. Literally one drop. Amazing. No, there's a few lines there. Wakatako, thank you for 75 months. Because we did it, the earlier run we did though, Chris, had 2 different drops. Same place, different line. November Papa, thank you for 97 months. Right, let's give the engines a quick cool. Chris should have a heart attack if we saw Derail Valley. Well, if he's around, might drive a steam train at some point. Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's a pretty decent one, crisps. So far, so good. Speed's fairly stable. It's off. Losing a little bit of speed, but that's okay. Saving on the sand. It's a warm engine. Chips with massive amounts of cheese and pepperoni. Sounds really healthy. Sounds tasty, but not very healthy. See what the temps are like on the back here. Good. Just keep a steady run going. No, it's no kebab tonight. Nah, probably have a light dinner. The old temperatures. I think it would have been a bit of a struggle with that extra weight, you know. Warmth sector. What's the NA equivalent of a kebab? I don't know. I don't know what you call it. cool one of the locos. I'm not so sure, Matty. Such a solid slam. What's the next license? Maybe MU over Hazmat. Hazmat's not worth it yet. It's only worth getting Hazmat when you can basically get both, like, is it Hazmat 2 or 3? We've got plenty we can do right now. Really? 10 minutes in. How long was on the contract? 38, okay. What's your aiming to do in the game? Earn money off for building a fleet. You never build a fleet really because you never own the locomotives. Basically, the like all the locomotives in the game are already on the map, but you need an operator's license to operate one. And you buy your like you get given as part of the tutorial, you get given your basic license where you can operate this shunter. And after that, you have to go out and earn money so that you can buy your next license. But the next loco license is a steam engine, which costs 50 grand. The steam engine's powerful, but it's a lot more complex to operate than this, because you've got to do all the points yourself, as well as shoveling coal in there, keeping your bowl pressure up, knowing when to open the vents and things like that. There's a lot more work involved. So along the way, what you tend to do is you get other licenses that will allow you to do better jobs, like bigger jobs, or more hazardous jobs, or more than one job at a time. So you can go to the same place but take two different things and maximize your profit. And that's how you kind of get it going. You don't have to go on the steam loco. You can you can stay in the shunter and operate 2 like this, and miss the steam out completely. When you've got 200 grand, you can buy the next diesel, the DE6, which is a really good diesel. Until then, you can operate 2, but in order to operate both of these as a multiple unit, you need a license. And there's like a blue cable down here that you connect. You can see it dangling there. That blue cable there, it says requires multiple unit license. So I don't have that, but what I do have is the remote, which I paid $25,000 for, and the remote allows you to couple it to one locomotive. So I couple this remote to that locomotive, which then allows me to stand in here and operate this one and remote control that one. And the only downside is I have to keep jumping back here just to see what the temperature gauge is doing. But it works, and it's a good way of doing it. It's not hacks, it's skills, is what it is. Red ahead, thank you for 13 months. You could operate 3, yes. However, you can only have a remote for 1. So you'd have to jump between 2 and remote into 1. I mean, you could do this without the remote. You could just keep skipping from there to here. It's absolutely possible. Well, you say there's no need for it, Sergeant Kelly, but the remote control is actually incredibly useful when you get to your destination, or when you're trying to shunt, or when you're trying to put a consist together, or you're trying to drop it off. You can jump out, flip the signals, and then still remote control the loco. So it's brilliantly useful, the remote. Yeah, but if you remote into a locomotive that you've MCU'd together, it will control both anyway. So the remote's still useful, even when you've got multiple unit. There's a speed through this section. Through there. Okay, fine. Which largely works ours. I don't know yet. We just picked up Logistical 1 and Concurrent 1. I'd like to get the DE6 license, that would be good. But we'll have to do a bit more grinding for that one. This is where we start to pick up lots of speed. Yeah, as far as I know, you can connect 2 DE6s, but that's an awful lot of power and running cost. sure we get our points right through. We want to go straight through. I think we can do 70 through here, don't we? It's a straight line, we'll be fine. There's literally no need for that kink. Well, Larry, you know, when the brakes start fading, we're going to have to deal with it. As if that got changed. I have not been out of there since I've been through this track. I've never been there since the tutorial, and I've been up here, and that point should not have been switched. That game just tried to catch me out then, big time. It's like, I'll just sneakily change the point. He wasn't paying attention. You'd think that hadn't changed. Making good time then, Onamichi. Just gravity doing all the work, which is great. Yeah, the climb's always the worst. Don't think there's a service centre at the goods factory though, but I think there is one at the oil thing just nearby. So we might have to go around, take the locos round there. Rubicon, thank you for 32 months. If I remember, that bend up here is a 50. But I want to go and check. There's a white turn that I think, no, it says 60 though. I thought it was 50. It is 50. It's been wow. Wow, game. Unbelievable. It's having a giraffe, it really is. We do have a climb. Let's put a smidge of brake on. Because when you get around here, you have to get some power on. So we're going D5i. Okay, right. Keep right, keep right, keep right. Then we want to hack to the left. Sorry, to the right again. We go down there. We merge in here, and then we come back that way. We need to find 6i's this track, which is right. Right. Okay, they should be set. It's steeper than you think. Fuzzball, think 58. Now that spring's arrived, you're thinking about getting some wind chimes. Sounds like a pretty sound investment. Man, this gradient, I swear it's at 1.1. I don't understand now, yeah, now we're up the hill. B-Saber, thanks for 71 months. It's D5i, which is where I think I set up. So go through there, and then we come back this way, keep left, and then keep right, 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 right. 5i. Actually, that should be left. That should be left. D5i. Is that correct? Looks correct. This is where the remote really comes into its own, just doing this. Scumbag. Done it again. Literally stopped like 3 meters before I need to stop with the wrong switch. Like, ugh. Okay, if we got that right, we'll end up at 5i. And luckily, all of them want to go here. So I can actually turn off the front car. We don't need it running anymore. %. Looks like the cars aren't damaged. That's one, that's two. Get the car past that 5i sign. Okay. That's 14 grand for that one. And 22,700 for that one. Yep. So we got 14 for that, 22,700 for that. 33 minutes, we had 5 minutes left. Woo! Current fees stand at a lot. Copay will be 10,000. If we pay half of that, that would be 8,000, wouldn't it? So we either spend 10 grand, which I think is the limit of our copay, or we drive it around to the oil well, because I think the oil well north has a diesel service. Yeah. Or we drive them round to there, and one of those will be less. I don't know if it's worth it. Time we get it round there, it's going to be close to 10 grand, isn't it? I think maybe we just pay it. So if we did want to get a license, we could now do it. What would train lane 2 do? Adds another 9 grand. Hazmat 1, 40. Hazmat 1 increases your copay by 38 grand and drops your deadline by 4%. That's outrageous. I love that. It doesn't do anything to your deadlines, but suddenly your insurance copay goes up by 300 grand. Like, what the heck? I mean, you know, Lent 2 is not too bad. That's rubbish, that is. How much have we got now? We've got 84 grand on us. I should probably take a backup, shouldn't I? Scrap metal. What's that one? There's 2 machine of Factory Town ones here. That's Goods Factory to the machine of Factory Town. 53 minutes. That seems like a long time to get down there. That is half an hour run, that is. You got to come... Actually, you don't need to come uphill. Yeah, from City Southwest up to the machine factory is a climb, actually. $300. That's on the limit for one loco. Like, that's literally 400 tons. I'm not sure one loco could pull that from Southwest up to the machine factory. What we could do is run a single loco, like for almost all of it, from here all the way down to City Southwest. And when we get to City Southwest, start the second loco up and just run the second one for the climb. We'll just do a little bit of wheel damage on the first loco. That would probably work. And that would get us, what, 25 grand-ish, plus the bonus? I know it's not City Southwest on Amici. It's the machine factory. My point being, it's a hill climb from here up to machine factory. So if we take one locomotive, should bring it all the way through here, but it won't be enough to get it up that climb. So we drag the other one and use the second loco to make the climb. Is my thought. They may even drop off at the same place, since they're tooling in Iscar Electronics. So I think we'll do that. FH36, FH37. Let's go and find them. Let's pick them up. There's FH36. There's 37. So they're both here. They're on 3.0 and 2.0. I swore I disconnected them. Simad, how you doing? Disconnected -2, which from the point of view of the remote control loco was the connection. Oh, because I was remoted into the second car. I was thinking I was remoted into the first car. That was a miscalculation. That explains it. Cricketer, thank you for 66 months. Big Rig Paul, thank you for 28. And Zephyr Rumnik, thank you for subbing with Prime. Welcome. $66. There are people on more than double that, mate. That's 36. 37 will be on the back. Wheel spin hype. There she is, the DE6. One day. One day. Thing is, the running costs on that are a lot higher as well, so you have to be able to do jobs that can take advantage of it. Waffles were so good. What's the weather been like, Miras? Very sunny right now. It's the first day of what I would call feels like summer. Okay, right. Now then, can we get out of here in a forward direction? I think we can. Yeah, you can loop back this way. Straight through there. Cool, that would take us out. I've completely forgotten where the shop is. There it is. Derail, haul to C4I. $36. 37's on the back. That's the one on the back. That's C4I. That wants to go to... They're both going to C4I. We looked out again. Is there a maximum of shunters even with a license? You reach a limit of how many you can physically operate. Okay, so we'll be heading straight down here. So we're going to City Southwest and then up to Machine Factory. And we're going to do it all with one loco apart from the last bit. Why would I do that, Crisps? You used to have a multiple unit mod in the past. Yeah, but it's built into the game now, bro. I mean, that's the days before they actually added multiple unit stuff to the game. I don't know, HMS, I think so. I haven't really checked. We should have 5 cars and then 3 cars. Or we should have. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's an illusion because those two seem like really close together. 2 off the back, 1, 2, 4 there. 3, yeah. I think it's these because they look like one car. It's definitely 8 on there. Yes, Shifty, we've got concurrent 1. A little bit of wheel grinding go around, but you know. We're fine. Well, it said 60 limit, so I stuck to 60, and then it suddenly went, 50 at the junction, mate. And I was like, well, I could slam on the anchors, or I could wing it. A little bit of an uphill climb up to the steel mill. We may need the second loco. We'll see. Cool. 60's okay. Yeah, we're like bleeding speed slowly. I think it is a little bit uphill, this. It took you 3 months and lost 16 kilograms. Blimey. That's a lot. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, indeed, Jones. Glenn, thanks for 93 months. Half the country are pre-diabetic is brutal. Well, too much chocolate. It's literally down to that. Like, people just eat sweet snacks all the time. It's the freely available cheap snacks, you know, that do it. Is type 1 which is the worst one? Type 1 or type 2? Which is the one where you have to have, like, injections and stuff? You have a crippling coffee addiction. Yeah. So type 1 is like the full-blown, and type 2 is like the diet adjustment option. Right. Pancreas starts shutting down in type 1. Dear God. Not good. There you go, where's the hill? 2.1. Flippin' heck. That is steep. Doctor said lower your sugar or get it, so I did. Fair play. Now, has the game sneakily changed a bunch of signals, I wonder? Looks good. She's also had type 1 since she was 3. I mean, that sounds like a genetic thing. I think is lactose a complex sugar? There are different kinds of sugars, that's the thing. There's like sucrose, lactose, and some of them make you diabetic more than others, because if they're more complex, I think your body has to break them down. Whereas simple sugars, oh God. Simple sugars are the worst ones, I think. Yeah, same with me, Vagabond. Like, when I was young, I had a really sweet tooth. Even in my early 20s, I had a very, very sweet tooth. I could eat Snickers, like, every day. Pretty much. It was crazy. But, yeah. I think I've gone more savory than sweet now. A lot more. Mum drinks almond milk. prefer oat milk actually to almond. Oat milk's nicer. Possibly Christmas. Some people carry on, like my wife has a friend and they go to like M&M World and all this and just get stupid amounts of chocolate and sugar. You know, they're just still doing it. Even at their age, they're still doing it. And it's crazy. Like, you're such at risk of diabetes. I can't believe how much chocolate they eat. It's insane. It's like a 60 limit going through there. Straight through the farm, they've got to keep right. Diabetes does not come from eating sugar a lot. Yes, it does. High sugar diet is very unhealthy, and it puts you at risk of diabetes. I can't believe how much of this is just cruising. It's quite nice. Can't remember the speed limits coming up. Let me have a quick look at the speed limit down here. I think we need to slow down over this lake. It's not 60, it's less than that. 60 or 30, I knew it. Some brakes on. I'm gonna have to spark up the second loco shortly. Let's do it now. We'll use the brake on this as well. Going on this. Yeah, you can. That's the thing, Steckheads. You can actually reverse it, type 2 anyway, by changing your diet. Why can't I even see the track right now? Okay, we need to keep right as we're going in here. Yeah, that's true, Donna. If a lack of sleep can bring it on. High sugar diet, lack of sleep can bring on type 2. wish these maps had speed limits on the corners. I want to keep right. Absolutely does on its own. Absolutely. Can't see the switch.
Are we derailed yet? Scleros.
I'm happy to report I haven't derailed yet, Ahmed. Because it's expensive when you derail. Okay, they're both pointed to the right, so we're going that way, which is what we want. Oh, as if you just dropped that to 3. As if you did that game. It said to the right is 5, and then it went 3. Get a run up going. Okay, so we want to be going into C4I. We're coming in from the south, so that is a right left into C and then find 4I from there. I think we've got good time on Amici on this one. 53 minutes is, I think, a long time to get here. Right, gradient's going to pick up now. Plus 0.8. It's not too bad. Chucky Shrews, thank you for 3 years. Happy anniversary. Switch looks correct. Toon Dudette, thanks for 44. Haven't played this in ages, we'll get back to it. Remember they printed the maps out to make it easier. Yeah, there are maps that are in the... If you go to Steam... Go. On Steam, in the community bit, there's a bunch of maps people have done where they've indicated speed limits. I think we would have struggled with one loco up this hill. It's up to you to see which kind of jobs you take, you know. There are some, like, distance isn't always the factor either. Like the coal mine has a wicked slope coming out. It's really steep. This tunnel spiral here is quite tricky. The military base is difficult. Like anything in that northeast corner is pretty mountainous and difficult. So you can pick shorter jobs, but it can depend more on the slope than the distance. Both engines get warm. Back this one off. Quite a brutal slope, this. It's a long slope, that's the problem with this one. The shunter struggles over time. Trucks and we get bored 15-hour deliveries. Yeah, there's nothing like that in here. The most you get is about an hour. But you know, if you want to do short stuff, do shunting. Just shunt things around the yard, get paid that way.